Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and I am your avatar through Digimon TCG. So let's dive right into my amazing undefeated second time in a row. We're gonna call it, since I played it twice in two locals, we've taken it on and we've gone undefeated yet again. This deck has given me a great outlook. I love green Rafflesimon. It's just so powerful. Being able to control your opponent's board state gives you the comeback wins. I have plenty of videos slowly going to be uploaded the next couple of days until we get to BT6, and we're going to just enjoy it. We're going to shout it out. We're going to play it as well as we can. And guys, without further ado, let's dive right in and see the video. So first off, let's dive right in, boys and girls. So the babies are quite fantastic. We didn't change much in the baby department from last video. So we play the one Minomon for the sake of when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets 1000 DP. Still quite useful, especially with BanchoStingmon in this deck. You can clear out massive security stacks just because you swung into their 12k, and that's why we love this card. We have not one, but 4 Digiburst Yokomon. Yokomon is so good in this meta, I'm not even joking, just because this card is when this Digimon is Digiburst, activate this Digimon effect, and that is plus 2000 DP. That's so good, guys. Just because we didn't have the power boost we did before, we would lose our stacks really quickly, and we just never got the power up that we needed. So we kind of get it with Yokomon, and it just combos so well with the main mechanic of this deck. And I can't express this. This is the baby lineup you want. I don't think any other one. You might want to play Budmon, but outside of that, I think this is just pretty solid. Minomon's really good. Yokomon is just solid. I think that's just the play you want to go with. So that is our Digitama. Let's talk about the Digi grade 3s, level 3s. So we play 3 of the Tentomon on plays. When this card is played, look at the top card of your deck. If it is a green Digimon, add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it at the bottom of the deck. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets that just doesn't activate it, which isn't bad at all, honestly. I think having 6 bad targets isn't going to hinder Tentomon's skill at all. So we definitely want to keep playing him, just so that if for whatever reason we're trying to unbrick, revealing the top card just gives us so much advantage. Next, we play TerriermonAssistant, just for the same reason, revealing the top card, but with Digiburst. We could do it multiple times with a certain combo, and it's just really good. Being able to have it come out Digiburst and reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's a green Digimon, otherwise place it at the bottom. Just a similar Tentomon, nothing too crazy different. I think this is a really solid pick. I think these as your 5 is just really good. I kind of debate on taking out a TerriermonAssistant occasionally, just because I never seem to get it off when I need to, but I think it still has its merits, especially late games where you need to start moving pieces off, and it just helps out. We play 2 Palmons. This Palmon's really good. Being able to, on deletion, place 1 Palmon from your trash under one of your Digimon at the bottom of its evolutionary sources. This is where, like, you Digiburst with Terriermon, you have a Palmon out, swing in, put the Palmon underneath, Digiburst yet again because it's not once per turn, and you get multiple cards in one turn. Maybe multiple Rafflesimons if you Digivolved up. Just a really solid way of doing it, and it's just crazy good how it is. We play 2 Palmon Jammers. This is a good card. At times I wish I had it, but at other times I don't. It's like a love-hate relationship. I like it at 2. I don't think there's... Yes, times I want to see it. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's times where if I'm going into the GranKuwagamon play, I want to Digiburst this out so I have jamming, get 3 security checks, but that's why I only play it at 1. I'm not relying on the OTK potential. I'm relying on controlling the board and taking care of my opponent, and it's really helpful when you're doing it with Terriermon, or a TerriermonAssistant, being able to clear out, you know, 1 security on a weak 1k. That's crazy. Just, that's why we do the Palmon combo, and just make it so our opponent just can't deal with it's like jamming with Vegiemon. Threat analysis says you kill the Vegiemon. Well, threat analysis says kill the Terriermon if it has a Palmon on board. Next, we play 4 Argomon. Argomon is just a 2-drop 3k. It's just good to be able to choke your opponent out. I can tell you how many times I just went Digivolve the rookie, Digivolved, I didn't even Digivolve, I just slammed down Argomon just to choke them out, give them 1, and then go from there. I would follow up my next turn because they would give me 2 memory, or 3 basically, and then I would just choke them out back, and it would just hurt them more because I could promote up, Digivolve for 1, Digivolve into Blossomon, and then just give them 2. And what are they going to do with 2 memory? Most mons can't Digivolve into their megas for that. And we can just sit on our mega and just make our opponent sad. Just because we can Argo rest, go right into Blossomon or Argomon, and we're sitting grand and tall because our ultimate's on the board for free, and they're going to have to deal with it. So next we play 1 Goblimon, same reason as the Argomon. I just wanted 5 targets. We really needed 5 targets. Next, I do have Terriermon in here for the fact is Terriermon helps with the blue matchups, or even against the Darkdramons, the Commandramon matchup that surprisingly people are starting to play more and more. I faced this. Slamming this down, they had to get rid of this first if they were going to go right into their Darkdramon. So definitely, this is the rookie count I think feels the best, and I wouldn't change it. I feel like this is solid. There's nothing I would change about it. Let's go over our champions. First off, we're going to talk about the MVP star, Weedmon. This card is nuts. I can't express how much joy when I would Digiburst this off. Keep it my turn and just go like, or Nidhogg, Digiburst this. Oh, now you have 1 or 2. You're not getting your full 3 out of this deal. Okay, or you just got 1 and you have to deal with it. Weedmon is just so good, being able to recycle everything back, prevent your opponent from doing things. Just big brain plays that you just gotta love so much. Weedmon is just the best sometimes, I gotta say. So, again, 1 cost evolution, 4 costs to hard play. Never hurts to hard play it, just to set yourself up. Next, we play 4 Terriermon blockers. Yes, I haven't upgraded this to the foily boys, but eventually we'll get 4 of them and we're going to make our opponent sad. But I love it. I love the Terriermon blocker. It's solid. It's a 1 cost that evolve. Just sometimes it's just enough to get around Diaboromons. And that's what we kind of need to do, is preventive measures, especially in Rookie Rush matchups where we just want to slow them down. We need to. Next, we do play 2 Vegiemons. Vegiemon is another 4 cost. I didn't want to go all in on 1 cost evolutions for green. I feel like you still need Woodmon in this deck, just because 2 cost evolution is just really good on champion turns, just to be able to choke your opponent back. And I don't like giving my opponent right to the 3 mark. I don't think that's beneficial. I feel like choking them out unless they have their tamer out is the best line of defense. You don't want to give them too much memory and they can just start walking. You don't want to give them 3 ever. So Woodmon helps prevent that, and I love Woodmon for it. I do agree Woodmon is going to stay for the long haul. I think I'm always going to play 2 Woodmon unless something better comes out. For blockers, just solid. Now let's go over the ultimates. We play Lilamon. Lilamon is really good. Just being able to work with Vegiemon, work with anything else we need to, just to help slow down our opponent. Rest their mon. It becomes a 9k, resting an ultimate, swinging 9k, boom, kills off most threats that we're going to have to deal with, and we punish them for it. Because we can play the waiting game, they can't. Because we Digivolve at a faster pace, we have ultimates that say, we Digivolve for free, we'll go into our megas, you need to stop us here. So this card helps combo off, because especially if you have its inheritable is really good. If you have a tamer in play, one of your opponents rest one of your opponent's Digimon, you can start swinging into it. But the Digiburst 2 to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon is so good, because you can set up the Nidhogg play, rest one of their big mons that are just having that reboot annoyancy, and just go at it. Go at it all day long, boys and girls. Just rewind it back, and that's all we want to do. I do play one Cherrymon for the sake of just being a 2-cost evolution and a decent blocker. I wanted to have enough blockers just in case Rookie Rush kind of gets out of hand, and Cherrymon just helps out for that long haul. Then we do 4 Blossomon. Blossomon, we already know what it does. That beautiful Digizorption, free evolution is what we want to do with it. Just so good. Then we play 1 Argomon. For the fact of the matter is, Argomon's Argomon. Just, it's limited to 1. We'd definitely be playing more if we were playing Nidhogg control, but it's not bad. 1 Argomon is just enough to deal with our opponents. Yes, I can't express it enough. Having 5 targets that are just straight up free evolutions, it's really good. Next, let's go over the beautiful megas. So we're still on that 3 beautiful Rafflesimon. Rafflesimon is the heart and soul of this deck. Being able to Digivolve for 1 on top of level 6s is just really good. I can't express how many times I would just double Rafflesimon, prevent their blocker. They're like, oh, I'm okay. I use Lilamon to rest one of their blockers if they have 2 out, and then I'll double Rafflesimon, and boom, they're defenseless. I go in for the kill. Rafflesimon combo, double to do Digiburst prevents. It's just so good. Just being able to Digiburst with itself to give your board plus 2000, but then once returned when one of your Digiburst is activated, when your opponent's Digimon can't attack or defend till their next end phase. This card is beautiful. I can't express how much I love it. There's not many times I would say this card is really good at 3. There's not many times I want to say I want 4 of it. I feel 3 is just optimally really. I don't see any other changes I would make for. Then we play 3 of the big Nidhoggs. Nidhogg helps clear boards. When you're falling behind, 1 Nidhogg could just set you back into the game where your opponent just cannot help. Being able to Digiburst 4 Mons, and especially if Weedmon's underneath it, it's a 4-cost evolve. And then you choke them for 1. What are they gonna do? Then suspend all your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less DP. And then if your opponent, then place all opponents' suspended Digimon to the bottom of their deck in any order. Trash all Digi-evolutions. This card is going to be good for the rest of its days. This card is heart and soul of group. We'll probably go down to 2. We might stick it at 3, but I promise you this card will stay with green for the foreseeable future. Always hold on to your Nidhoggs. Do not get rid of them. I definitely suggest you do. We play 1 BanchoStingmon for those great punish turns that your opponent is just not ready for. If they don't have a Zawart defeat on the board, and anything's on 12k, BanchoStingmon just says, thank you for your 3 free security checks. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Being able to swing in for 17. And if, let's say you Digivolve this down, it's because of its, when attacking, if you attack in a Digimon with 12k, this Digimon gets plus 7,000 DP. It might go down in power slowly, being a 16k start off, but it could be sitting at 11 at the end of it, or 10k, and still clear out those final couple securities, because it gives it to the Mon. So we don't care about, you know, all these overpowered skills, because BanchoStingmon can definitely keep us on point. Next, we do have GranKuwagamon. This is just for possible OTK combos. To be honest with you, I probably might take this out and splash in Mega Gargomon. I don't know what I want to do with this GranKuwagamon yet. I feel like it's really good when I can get it off, but sometimes I just feel like it's just a 3-cost evolution that could have been better. Could have prevented my opponent from doing things. Just all in all, I want to stop my opponent from doing things. So we do also play 2 Chaos Vulture Arms. We are a control deck at the end of the day, and I love that we can 14k kill it off. You ain't having it, I'm not having it, bye bye. And then on deletion, gain 3 memory. If they even kill this thing, I'm getting so much advantage out of this, it's not even funny. I can't tell you that I'm willing to kamikaze this just so I can guarantee setup for whatever I need to for the turn. I am willing to lose this Mon to a bigger Mon if I have to. So definitely know when good plays need to be called with this deck. I promise you, don't hold back on it. Next, let's talk about the Tamers. We play 1 Tenyu Abia, Takumi Abia. Sorry if I can't pronounce this right. I have trouble pronouncing his name. But this card is just so good. It slows down the rookie matchup that you might be facing, the rookie rush. If you see this card, they're in a bad time. They might be trying to counter you, but just play down Mimi. Or you don't care. Because, and 1 evolution is all you need to go right into that Nidhogg, clear their board, and what are they going to really do? Try to counter back? You really can't. They're behind after that, and you're just going like, this is my job, you lose. So that's how that goes. Then we play the Mimis. Mimi at 2 I feel is perfect. I don't want to bump her up, I don't want to lower her. 2 Mimis is good. Sometimes I don't even have time and resources to play Mimi. I'll only play it when I feel comfortable and safe. There's games where I don't even play her and I have 2 of them in my hand. I'm like, I could play this, but there's just no benefit for me doing so. So I don't play the Mimi just to play the Mimi. You just have to well time it. And then Wisselen. Wisselen is the MVP card. I can't tell you how many times I shut down players from getting lethal or continuing board state because this Wisselen goes off, shutting down everything they're trying to do. Their mons can't gain them advantage, they can't block, they can't do anything. Just that 1 turn, and then I go right into that for Vegiemon the next turn, and just shut them down. They can't do anything to it, can't stop it. This card is so beautiful, and especially when seen in security, I love it. I can't express how much I enjoy it. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this deck profile of Rafflesia Green Control, guys, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace!